لا نبتغي الدنيا فقد هجرنا دنيانا جئنا لنشر الخير فانصرنا يا مولانا لا نبتغي الدنيا فقد هجرنا دنيانا من حنينا أو ركعنا.
الحمد لله وحده وصلاة وسلاما على من لا نبي بعده. All praise is due to Allah alone. May His blessings and peace be upon the final Prophet. After this, you are welcome to the Darunur Educast, a platform that brings you impactful Islamized insights and tips designed to enlighten your mind and elevate your productivity. I'm your regular host, the Nurain Durajai. Let's begin. In this complimentary episode, we promise to offer you a simple, practical procedure for accomplishing self-nurturing, the unique path to tazkiyah, which is refinement, which constitutes the ultimate aim of our Islamic values. One of the greatest traps of shaitan is to obstruct a person from making self-nurturing, which is the central religious pursuit and duty, leading such individuals instead into futile and sinful curiosities and distractions. In reality, what distinguishes a true believer from a hypocrite is the willingness to engage in self-nurturing or the lack of it. In the previous episode, we defined self-nurturing as a deliberate, lifelong journey of personal refinement through three sequential stages. The first stage, which is understanding, involves grasping Islamic values in their full and holistic context. The second, which is acceptance, entails intentional instilling of these values within the heart. And the final stage, which is expression, consists of consistently manifesting these values in everyday life through words and actions. The threefold procedures of self-nurturing, which involves understanding, acceptance, and expression, can be compared to planting corn, for example, in a very deeply symbolic way, because both involve a conscious, sustained, and purposeful process of growth. Let's quickly see how the two align. We look at the case of understanding, which is the first one. Understanding the required Islamic values, whether creedal, devotional, or ethical, holistically is like selecting the right seed. Just as a farmer studies and chooses quality corn seeds suitable for the soil and season, a self-nurturing person begins by learning and understanding the values that form the foundation of their refinement. This is what I regarded the foundation stage. The understanding is the foundation stage. The second one, which is the second part, which is acceptance. Acceptance through internalizing and cultivating the values intentionally is the readiness of the heart, which is like the soil, to unconditionally accept the seed. Just like a farmer, a self-nurturing person must plant the values deeply in the willing heart through reflective dhikr, which is true remembrance, allowing them to take root in their very heart. This stage is hidden and internal, yet very crucial. It represents what I called the structure stage. The third one is the expression, which is the consistent application of the cultivated values in daily life, and this resembles harvesting the crop and displaying its output for benefit. Just as a farmer weeds, protects, and waits patiently until the corn matures for harvest, benefiting himself and others, Self-nurturing requires continuous application and steadfastness until the cultivated value bears visible expected refinement. This is what I call the outcome stage in my design. So we have the understanding, the acceptance, and the expression. In essence, self nurturing is the farming of the soul in three stages. The foundation stage, which aims at understanding values, Islamic values. The structure stage ensures unconditional acceptance and manifests through internalization and cultivation, fostering internal positive intelligence. The whole process ends with the outcome stage, where consistent application expresses the effects of refinement. Now, let us illustrate the threefold procedures and stages of nurturing using truthfulness as a case study Islamic ethical value. Keep in mind the three stages: foundation, structure, and outcome. The foundation is the understanding, the structure is the acceptance, and the outcome is the expression as we proceed together. At the foundation stage, which is the understanding, the objective is to grasp the holistic framework of truthfulness. Remember, we're using truthfulness as a case study. So at the foundation stage, the objective is for you to understand the holistic framework of what constitutes truthfulness by clearly identifying the opposite as well, which is lying, based strictly on the undiluted, authentic textual evidence of the Quran and Sunnah. One must avoid consuming diluted, decontextualized, or deviant interpretations of what truthfulness should mean. For a flawed foundation inevitably produces a distorted structure and an un-Islamic, ineffective outcome. Accordingly, the action plan at this stage is to ensure that one learns what constitutes truthfulness in Islam and attains a sound, well-grounded understanding of it. When you take it to the next level, which is the structure stage, acceptance, the goal is to form an unconditional resolve to embrace the well-understood holistic conception of truthfulness and allow it to take firm root in the heart until it matures into an enduring form of intelligence. The action plan at this stage consists of two steps. The first is internalizing the content through continual self-reminders of truthfulness and a reflective awareness of moments of honesty and falsehood. And the second is nurturing this internalized value until it matures into an enduring form of intelligence. In reality, once genuine internalization occurs, cultivation follows naturally. At that point, truthfulness becomes an integral part of your inner self, and resorting to falsehood becomes increasingly difficult. The final stage, once you have been able to achieve understanding of truthfulness, acceptance, as I've explained through internalization and cultivation, the final stage, which is the outcome stage, is all about expression. The goal here is to consistently manifest truthfulness in speech and action. The reality is that once truthfulness is genuinely internalized and properly cultivated, its outward expression surfaces by default. However, the degree and consistency of these expression may vary in different individuals due to different factors. The action plan at this final stage, which is the outcome, is the deliberate effort of the self-nurturing person to maintain the outward expression of truthfulness while recognizing the unseen struggle behind the soul and the body, particularly in tempting situations. Importantly, the overall procedure of self-nurturing is practically sustained through three monitoring and evaluation processes. The first one is called muraqabah. The muraqabah is the constant awareness of Allah's watchfulness, which prevents the self from compromising the value. Number two is called mujahada, intentional self-striving, through which one resists inclination towards anti-Islamic value, and 3. Muhasaba, which is regular self-accountability. By assessing one's words, actions, and intentions to identify lapses and correct them. Through the consistent application of these three monitoring and evaluation processes, the cultivated and expressed value is thus preserved, reinforced, and embodied as a stable Islamic value that shapes the personality of self-nurturing person. This threefold procedure, starting from understanding, acceptance, and expression, is highly effective for nurturing any Islamic value, whether creedal, devotional, non-devotional, or ethical. The more consciously and consistently it is applied, the more refined and grounded one becomes as a Muslim. In the end, everything rests on you. It's all about your preparedness, your sincerity, and your commitment to be molded by the values that defines us. So far, we have been able to discuss the simple and practical approach to self nurturing, which is the unique path to actualizing refinement. This approach outlines a threefold procedure: understanding as the foundation stage, acceptance as the structure stage, and expression as the outcome stage. We also highlighted the three monitoring and evaluation processes that sustain the expressed lifelong value, which are muraqaba, mujahada, and muhasaba. Lastly, you should remember that a refinement is not a journey into absolute perfection. It is a commitment to mindfulness, steady growth, and unlocking your productivity in the Islamic way. I hope you find this complimentary episode both engaging and thought-provoking. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again by Allah's will, don't forget to subscribe and share. Barakallahu fikum.
لنشر خير فانصرنا يا مولانا لا نبتغي الدنيا فقد هجرنا دنيانا جئنا لنشر خير فانصرنا يا مولانا لا نبتغي الدنيا